Will you not consider it, Lady Cassandra? The clerics are still sequestered. If no one steps forward, they will debate until...
And you think I could make them agree? I've heard enough for one day, Mother Giselle.
Talk to her, your worship.
Is there a problem? It seems like she's bothering you.
Mother Giselle is kind, and she means well. So, yes, she was. I assume you've heard that Leliana and I are both candidates to be the next Divine. Because of what happened at Halam Shiral, of course, the Empire favors you. Thus, everyone close to you. So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
Yeah, this is a good question. This is fucking insane. How can they even think of putting these people on the throne?
How can you and Leliana be candidates? You're not even priests.
It's not without precedent. Amar III was sister to the Emperor, and Galatea a commoner. Leliana and I were, at least, part of the Chantry hierarchy. It would be accepted.
Very true. Why am I not a candidate?
If they'll pick non-priests, why am I not a candidate?
Because you're a mage, first and foremost. If they name you a candidate, they may as well join the Tevinter Imperium.
Yeah.
Truly, though, I imagine it's because they're frightened of you. A weight such as yours would break the Sunburst throne and tear the Chantry to pieces.
Yes.
I just don't know why they believe Leliana or I would be any better.
If you don't want it, then tell them so.
But she does. That's the problem.
Surely it was never meant to be like this. The Chantry, the Circle of Magi, the Templars, this cannot be what they intended when it all began. The Chantry should provide faith, hope. Instead, it cannot veer from its course, even in the face of certain death.
We cannot allow her or Leliana to become the new Divine. Impossible. That would revive its sagging fortunes, and I cannot allow that.
I'm surprised to hear you of all people say that.
Oh? Am I not the same woman who declared the Inquisition against the Chantry's wishes? In all my years as a Seeker, I did what I was told. My faith demanded it. But now my faith demands something else. That I see with better eyes.
The Chantry has failed, Cassandra.
It is disheartening that a believer would say that. Did you know Varric is Andrastian? Oh, he blasphemes with every second breath, but deep down he believes. His heart is virtuous. But he would never step foot in a Chantry. It should be the first place to which the virtuous turn. It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
Okay, we're nearing the end of the game. It's time to... I will never do this, impossible. She cannot become the new Divine. She will save the Chantry. But maybe... No, I think it's time to start losing the mask. The charade is almost over. We will start pushing hard against anyone that's trying to marry us to the church.
What would you change about the Chantry?
The Circle of Magi has its place, but it needs reform. Let the mages govern themselves with our help. Let the Templars stand not as the jailers of mages, but as protectors of the innocent. We must be vigilant, but we must also be compassionate to all peoples of Thedas, human or no. That is what I would change.
And that is why you can never become the divine. Because that is sensual. Completely sensual.
You're not the only candidate. What about Liliana?
Liliana says she wishes to follow Justinia's legacy, but she and I remember a different person. Justinia knew her fellow clerics and the people would only accept so much change. Liliana would cast it all aside and start over, I think, and that would be chaos for us all.
Well, then, if I have to choose Liliana, well, I haven't talked to her, but if we have to choose, Liliana seems like the good choice between these two.
Perhaps the Chantry needs more than just change.
You mean get rid of it entirely? I disagree. Without the Chantry, the faithful would be lost. The Chantry must simply be more responsible in how it leads. I suppose I should not be so concerned. The clerics speak my name for now, nothing more. For now, restoring order and stopping Corypheus remain our priority.
Yeah, but we need to start pushing hard. Okay, let's talk to her, and then I'm heading to Liliana, because these are related, obviously.
I trust all is well.
Yeah, she wants, obviously she has. Because she has thought about what she would do in the throne.
So, you're a candidate for Divine now?
So I am informed.
Is that something you actually want?
Why should what I want matter?
Why shouldn't it matter? Don't you have the right to be happy?
It is very simple. The Chantry needs to survive. To do that, it must change. I have never believed in asking another to do what you are unwilling to do yourself. So I look upon this as an opportunity. I owe it to myself and all of Thedas to seek the Sunburst throne.
I knew. Okay, let's see. What other way could there be?
There are other ways you can change things.
Perhaps. I may not have a choice in the matter if the Chantry clerics pick another.
Do you have any advice for me?
It seems that Corypheus searches for elven artifacts. That's hardly surprising. Tevinter power is based on what those vultures scavenged from the ancient elves. Whatever advantage he hopes to gain, we need to stop him at once.
Well, that's a lie. If the intermages wouldn't have been more powerful than the elves, then they couldn't have beaten them in the first place.
Do you have any advice for me?
We must root out the Red Templars. They form the bulk of Corypheus's forces.
Okay.
Do you have any advice for me?
We must guard Skyhold carefully. There is no telling when Corypheus will next attack.
Do you have any advice for me?
Nothing that you could not think of yourself, Inquisitor.
Alright.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
So let's head back to the what is this place? I cannot forget yeah, the situation room. And actually send people in missions, then I'll go talk to Liliana and see what she thinks. I would have to agree with Cassandra on one thing. Radical change will be as dangerous as no change. So, if that's how we're... The thing is, Liliana is capable. She's no dummy. That would be the the best option. Put an incompetent person in the throne or no one at all. That would be my or an ultra conservative incompetent. That would be the best. We shall see. Okay, our soldiers report that they passed through the tunnel without incident and surprised a sizable Venator encampment. After the battle, they had to find a different route back because the tunnel had collapsed. They found this letter. Dwarven markings. You followed instructions well. Respect our territory is a first step. We shall see. Okay. Aiming module number 3 for Barrick Dondarrion. The name of our enemy. The copy of the Liberalum tome that Dorian sought arrived at the Skyhold along with a number of items ranging from rare manuscripts to grimoires for magisters long dead. They came with a letter from the Grand Archivist apologizing profusely and stating a hope his gifts will be of benefit to the Inquisition. It may take some time for Dorian to go through the tome, but he seems optimistic about what something within will provide. Okay, great. Now this reminds me, I actually need to deal with the inventory. I will do that after I talk to... For example, I couldn't get this amulet. Yeah, you know what? Let's send them in missions and then... How the hell do I have so many missions? Investigate Lord Enzo of Antiva. You know what, let's... Failed assassination attempt inquiry. Let's start with this. Basalit Anne, congratulations on this new alliance, the first of its kind. To demonstrate the depth of our intention, we must inform you of events in Denerim that may be related to the threat posed by Corypheus. Assassins attempted to kill Queen Anora. The attempt was clumsy, using easily prevented fire magic, and authorities in Denerim treated the event as the action of a lone madman. We believe the action may be tied to the Venatory operations and that further investigation is worth pursuing. Our operatives stand ready to lend assistance in this matter, but note that tensions in Denerim remain high. We will move as ordered. Dalish. Well, we know that's an actual title, not a job description. Can smooth things over so that Hazrat can investigate openly. The time this takes will be freed if they can operate freely. We do not have time to gain the Fereldan's trust. The Hazrat must act in secret. We should order the Hazrat to investigate immediately. We can always apologize to Fereldan later. Now, as I said, I actually want the Fereldan to the Fereldans to die. Because we have power in Ferelden and Orle. At least with Brialla in power, she should, since she is not a traditional head of a state, she should allow us to have our fiefdoms. That's what I'm hoping. Okay, let's go for this. Investigate Lord Enzo. The Venatory are smuggling Redlyrium into Antiva, but thus far they have evaded our grasp. We believe Lord Enzo of Rialto is assisting them. Enzo is clever, well-liked, and has relations among the Antivan nobility. If we approach him without proof, he will bury his tracks and turn his allies against us. We must handle this carefully. Lord Enzo attends the theater at the set time each week. His home is empty, save a few servants during the time. My agents could pay a visit. I have a cousin in Rialto. If she threw a soiree and departed Lorenzo, his hand would be clear for Leliana's agents. Okay, I'm going to send Leliana. For a simple reason, and that is, if he's clever, He could suspect a cousin of a member of the Inquisition throwing a party is actually a trap. So let's send Leliana.
Let's see what we have.
What about investigate Duke Antoine of Wycombe? I remember this asshole. Nightingale, I have new information regarding the Duke of Wycombe's move against the Inquisitor's Dalish clan. It appears that Wycombe has been experiencing some sort of plague that affects only humans. The Duke has kept news of the disease quiet, and his fellow nobles grow louder in their anger, blaming the elves in the lineage for what has been called the knife-eared plague. Antoine evidently chose to use Clan Lavalin as a scapegoat. His surreptitious move against the Dalish was an attempt to convince his nobles that he was taking action. Suspicions in the city remain high. I can gather information, but any action on my part will be high risk. Jester. It is risky, but I could attempt to send assassins to end Wycombe and his threats to the Dalish. Wycombe believes himself an ally of the Inquisition. My ambassadors can go where Leliana agents cannot. Okay, let's send her. Whatever. But why? What is her plan? I don't understand. Do we... What does she want to accomplish? That's what I don't understand. Ambassadors do what? You know what? I'm going to kill that bastard. Let's wait on that. Annexing Kirkwall. Let's see. The worst of the Mage Rebellion is now past. However, the Mage who started it all, who destroyed the Chantry Kirkwall and murdered Grand Cleric Elthina and dozens of the innocent faithful, is still at large. The fanatic Anders must be brought to justice. Though he may no longer be in the city, it is still home to many of his known associates. I thus resolved to invade Kirkwall to locate Anders, but the Starkhaven annexation of this notoriously troubled city has not proceeded as planned. The city's resistance opposes me. They forget that I do this for the good of the city and for all the free marshes. As a staunch ally of the Inquisition, I entreat support for this endeavor, that Kirkwall may be brought under control before more innocents are harmed. Sebastian Bale. Ooh. I fear the diplomatic ramifications of having our soldiers seen as part of a conquering army. Let us tell the prince that the Inquisition has no more to spare after the destruction of Haven. Who could blame us? No. We have a chance to end this to our advantage. Evelyn will back down in the face of our overwhelming force. If we bolster Sebastian with Inquisition agents as his advisors, we can keep him from doing more damage. Nah, invasion it is. The prince means to retaliate against anyone who ever harbored Anders. Kirkwall's resistance is headed by Guard Captain Evelyn. With our help, she can break Sebastian's resolve and send him running back to Starkhaven. What? Are they insane? Why does always Leliana? She's always the answer. This is ridiculous. Okay. 2 more missions for Leliana. Isn't that great? Okay, I cannot look at more. About this. The Grey Warden Sir Ruth appears to have taken your forgiveness to heart and has found purpose with the stalwarts of the Chantry. She has requested resources to take the word of the Maker to areas where less able messengers might be threatened. Inquisitor, the compassion you have shown has compelled me to act in your name. Where the Maker's word is absent, I can bring it. Where his light has faded, I can rekindle it. I will challenge the worst of Andraste's detractors and inspire where her chanters cannot go. If I fall in her service, that will serve as well. Perhaps her delayed suicide is no way to speak for Andraste or the Inquisition. I would deny her. Perhaps she could be misinformed of the danger of her destinations. I could give her time to hear the word herself. If she's determined to do this, I equip her to do it. At worst, she will strike outlawing our name in some forgotten corner.
Inquisitor.
You are right. The other two options are not good. Contact the hero of Ferelden. Reparations for Redcliffe. Okay, let's see. A letter has arrived stamped with the seal of Redcliffe. As the Inquisition has assumed responsibility for the Mage Rebellion, the Earling of Redcliffe holds you accountable for the losses suffered by our people while providing hospitality for your mage allies. A freehold in Rain Sphere was burned to the ground when a mage inside lost control of his abilities. 2 farms outside Redcliffe village suffered crop loss and structural damage due to the frost spells. 5 people in Redcliffe village were injured. Lightning spells caused by panicked children. I trust this matter can be concluded without the involvement of the crown. Arl Deegan. Fucking T-Bag. We can arrange to pay reparations. It will require a loan, but we can manage it. We should send people to make the repairs. This might satisfy the Jarl. I agree with that option. Ah, shit. Well, isn't Josephine completely useless? So I have 1 mission for Colin and 2 for Liliana. Now I want Queen Anora to die. So let's send her to Garcoin. Why not? Stupid shit.
At your service.
Alright. Now we can talk to... Look at that. Morrigan is part of the inner circle now. Interesting how things turn out. So let's talk to Liliana.
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor. I never thought the idea would gain momentum. There is, after all, no shortage of vultures circling the Sunburst throne.
Yes. Vultures. That's what we want.
Why does the Divine need a successor? Who cares if her throne is empty? If
Yeah.
there's no Divine, there is no Chantry. Perhaps that is your wish. The Chantry did terrible things to your people. I understand why you might hate it. But do you think ages of elven hatred will just disappear if the Chantry does? Without the Chantry to guide, that hatred will spiral out of control.
Yes. Yes, it would. Well, this is true, and she knows it. But then she will answer more likely than not. The Chantry can change. It can be tolerant. So we need to go with number 2.
Wow. You really don't think highly of the Dosians.
The people care only for simple things. Their world is small, and everything beyond it is unknown and something to fear. They will continue to live like this, unless they can be shown another way. But this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems.
Okay. That was odd.
A message from Divine Justinia.
That's a shock. You're right reading it.
Thank you for the concern, Inquisitor. But I am. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
Aha!
Do you know what you're looking for?
The Divine was a powerful woman who used her position to obtain all sorts of things. Whatever she hid in Valence would very likely benefit the Inquisition and must be kept from falling into the wrong hands. If I'm lucky, she will have instructions for me.
Okay, that is no way to gain her trust. And why do I need to be more careful with her than Cassandra? Because Cassandra is right out Liliana. Liliana could destroy the Chantry by being too progressive. Cassandra is a moderate, and that is what they need at this moment.
Why hide things in Valence? What's so special about it?
Justinia was revered mother at the Chantry there for many years before she became the Divine. It is a place that holds great meaning for her.
I'll help in whatever way I can.
Wonderful. I was hoping you would agree to come with me to Valence. One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the Chantry in Valence. Try not to delay.
Alright. Isn't that interesting?
So Varric knew where the champion was all along. That's the last time we sent Cassandra to interrogate.
You seem to know a great many people.
I have made friends, and on occasion enemies. It's unavoidable.
What do you know of Morrigan?
She's changed. She used to be so disagreeable, cruel. She said things just to hurt people. Now the sharp edges have worn away. Perhaps it was Kieran. He seems so normal, like any other little boy. And so polite. Not that I was expecting anything else. I mean... never mind.
We can continue this conversation later.
You know where I am. I didn't get the chance to say so earlier, but welcome back to Skyhold. After that terrible journey through the Fade, It must feel good to stand on solid ground again, no?
Nothing in the Fade bothered me.
Oh? Well, I'm glad for you then.
Anything I should know?
There is upheaval in Olay. Our support of Ambassador Briella has scandalized the nobility.
Obviously.
I'm quite pleased, personally. If Olay's in turmoil, they will look to us for stability.
Yes, that's why Liliana is so awesome. She sees the bigger picture. The other two advisors are fucking idiots, especially Josephine.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
Alright.
I'll leave you to your work.
Now what? Ah yeah, now let's deal with the inventory. I think that will be it for today, to be honest with you. Where is that woman? There it is.
A request has been made of you, Inquisitor. Here it is.
What is your evaluation of how we're doing?
I am able to pursue my duties with optimal efficiency, thanks to Skyhold's present state.
Alright.
As you were.
Yes, Inquisitor.
Yes, Inquisitor. Yes. Ah. Who am I judging? No, I have no idea. You know what? Let's do that because I don't know who this is. Nah, I should lead for first thing tomorrow. Okay.
Up and at it. You were there. I have to know what it was like. The colors, the smells, the magic. I'm sorry, it's just so exciting. You went into the Fade. If you have time, Inquisitor, do tell.
You seemed excited that I fell into the Fade at Adamant.
Excited? The spring gets me excited. This is a wonder. It's probably hard to relate, but dwarves don't dream. So I can't even guess what it's like. I can't even understand what dreams are. But you were there. And came back. Can I take a sample?
A sample?
Oh, that sounded sinister. I meant, can I cut a little piece off of you and do things to it? That didn't sound better, did it?
You're after something. What is it?
I don't even know. There's this feeling, you know? You don't know. But I will. Your people cleaned you up after your fall. I wonder if anything is left. So much to think about.
Alright. Interesting.
What can I do for you?
Dagna, show me what you can do.
Here's how it goes. Bring me the rare stuff for enchanting or masterworks and prep...
Alright. Let's set up to him.
I'll be back later.
I'll be here.
Alright. Let's save and deal with the inventory. Alright. Two-handed weapon. 11 magic. Well, that's not bad. But this has 10 constitution, 9 willpower. Let's see the other ones. Eleven magic. 5 constitution and 9 willpower. All right. So let's see. Let's keep it. All right. Winged longbow. 11 dexterity. Great. No way to know. No way to know, so we keep it. Templar Great Sword. It's two-handed weapon. Tourney Axe. The Anchopa. Warhammer. Okay. But, Okay. 12 magic. Okay, we need to. The crescent is laser, a rare dagger. Okay. The Trepanner's requital. Alright, let's see. 16 armor penetration, 16 dexterity. On kill, target explodes for 75 weapon damage. Named for an old Imperium fable that reflects a nation's fears of tranquility, Enhrineus claimed to be a healer. Too late, her victims learned the hate behind her meaning. Her father died to the Magisters, her lands forfeit. Her sing-song taunt frightens the interchildren to this day. So much pressure, so much sickness, it's your thinking, you much quickness. Harrod's arrows stop your dreaming, outside smiling, inside screaming. Ah, interesting. Alright, we need to keep it. 6 cunning, huh? Okay. Alright. That also, it's not. Iron bullshit. Okay. Alright. Great. Too much shit is left. The queen poison spider bitter. Prowler's mail. Seer cow. Now I think everyone has 11 constitution or something like that. What about Barrick? What about Cole? Okay. 9 critical damage bonus. 12. 6 cunning. Traditionally, elves would not have a mask of their own, if they wore one at all. It would be the mask of whichever noble house they served. Several elven artisans known for mask making have created the coquins for use by Ambassador Brialla, one of which has been passed to the Inquisition with the approval of the Orlesian court. Okay. Well, that's a horrible mask what she was wearing. It's horrible. Makes everyone look like they are... Yeah. Okay. No. Okay, let's send it that way. That's coquin mask. Okay. This is somewhat better. Still a piece of shit. 6 cunning. Eh. Ah, fuck. 6 constitution. 9 constitution and 9 constitution. That's 18. So it's 7 constitution that he has. If it's not better than what he has, then obviously 9 willpower. It has a formal attire. Look at him. Looks so fucking stupid. You know what? I'm just going to look at all of them in the dress. Well, Dorian kind of looks okay. And the dwarf looks like a butler, of course. And spell of magic defense. Magic defense, let's see. 10% focus gain. Melee defense. Or magic defense. I think... Okay. A lot of health. To magic defense. Well, that would serve better. Then focus gain. 100 health. 20 heal bonus. Okay. I don't think I'm going to use these lifeguard amulets, to be honest. Although they are a free revival, should I start using them? Well, I am so powerful right now. Losing a little bit, let's see. Well, who else has a free revival? Cassandra. If Cassandra dies, everyone gets. So maybe I should give them to Cassandra, you know? I think if Cassandra dies, everyone heals, something like that. How does it work exactly? You know what? I've been foolish. Let me think about that. The last, even should you fall, you give your allies the strength to fight harder on your name. Health amount 100% damage. She hasn't revived them, but very close to it. Well, that kind of changes things, doesn't it? Let me check. I'm finding this doesn't work at all. Okay, but this is interesting. You know, didn't think of it. It actually works. They're being foolish. Okay, so I need to give her those amulets, obviously. If she dies, if she ever dies, then she gets well, not revives. She hasn't revived them. She heals them. That's something I should test, you know? Does she revive them or not? Health amount 100%. What if they are dead? Nonetheless, a lifeguard amulet with this is a powerful combination. I need to see what she loses. Let me check the other guys. The passives. Threat reduction, barrier, mana regeneration, strength of the spirits. Alright. Cooldown reduction, the static cage. Alright. Fright, your mana regenerates faster when you are near hostiles. Fade shield, Night Protector. Fade shield. Okay. That's highly unlikely. Alright. Cassandra, Sarah. Let's look at Sarah. First blood. Death from above. Leaping shot. What is this? Okay. Should upgrade it, you know, since I'm apparently using it a lot. I should also get this one. Okay, whatever. Threat reduction. Imagine that. Alright. Alright. Maybe I should take long shot for her and get pink caution. Because that will, with the tactic she uses, yeah, I need to respect her. Isn't that great? Alright. Last one is Soldas. Same as the mage, okay. Let's look at this. Yeah, I remember that being extremely annoying. Alright. Let us see something else. Iron Bull. Alright. The rest should be exactly the same as the others. Cassandra, Sarah, Dorian. Dorian actually has a point to spend. Isn't that interesting? Okay. So we need to give him passives. Which means I must go here. All right. Blackpool. This is the guy that could have something. All right. Easy choice. So it is Cassandra. That Cassandra plus lifeguard amulet. That seems like a great choice. You know, I don't know how I couldn't see it before. But it is obvious now. I think I'm missing coal. Yeah. 3 points, huh? Well, him blades are really useful. Now that I've seen them work on okay. I think I already have this. Yeah. Okay. So let's get this one and replace what? I think full draw. I think full draw. Just takes too much time to use. And even long shot, I'm not feeling those those two. What could I give them instead? That is somewhat useful. Well, maybe I don't need to give them anything more. They have less abilities and use the ones that actually work more. I don't have any problem with that. Remy says I could still use them. Although I haven't been using them. Full draw, I mean. Full draw plus long shoot is a very powerful combination for Sarah. But on a fight, well, on a fight, if she doesn't use it, then she has it. But if she has less options that are actually good, okay, doesn't matter. Let's get him that. We shall figure the other one. Oh, maybe this. Any cooldown on the stealth. Alright. Switch out hidden blades and long shot. Alright. Well, at this point I think it's highly unlikely I'll ever get rid of Sarah. She hasn't gone by now. I don't think she will. Alright, we were dealing with the inventory and thinking that it makes perfect sense to give her a lifeguard amulet. Actually. Five willpower, 5 constitution, 10 cunning, 5 magic. That's all does have. 5 magic. Well, 5 willpower is better than 5 magic. But only mages can truly take advantage of 5 magic. She have 5 constitution. A 2 constitution. Let's give 5 willpower. He needs that more than... Well, in all honesty, he needs more constitution. So I should give willpower to me. because I can generate guard. So have more willpower. You have more constitution. Not you, soulless. Let's give him. And if I ever use him, I'll switch it out. Okay. Great. Alright. It's starting to rain and the computer may crash, so I think I need to leave it here for today. Thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you next time. Until then, have a nice time. Goodbye.